Good morning. It's incredibly intensely cloudy. And I'm semi-regretting I stopped here, but we can see a few nice things. I have an early appointment in Tiberias, and so I came down to Tiberias just to be ahead of the game after the live stream. And it's just a bit noisy here with the traffic, but hopefully we'll have little spots of more quiet, like just right now. This is a fisherman's port here just north of Tiberias, just beside Run Beach Hotel here. And in this new road above that sea level, Sea of Galilee level, because we're way under sea level as it is. Today we have a big switch happening in the reading pattern. We've been a while now reading the books of Samuel, 1st and 2, Saul and David, and then Solomon, the transfer of the kingdom to Solomon, and the corruption through to Jeroboam and the split of that young kingdom into two, which would never really be healed again in the way it was originally started. So we leave that part now, and just like we've done on earlier occasions, there's a switch to New Testament readings. And today we start reading the letter of James. I just wanted you to see the traffic so you realize I'm not adding sound effects, it's really there. But this way we get to appreciate the quiet we have every morning. There's always construction going on here. It's amazing, and there's a new building being built over there on the corner on this side of the road. These are probably some of the people working into fishing there. James's letter is very practical, at the same time being filled with deep wisdom. It's wisdom applied to very practical life, the reality of our world. There are a number of James in the New Testament, and there's academic debate about them, but the letter of St. James is attributed to that close relative of Jesus. And he was the bishop of Jerusalem, the leader of that first community of Christians in Jerusalem, deeply Jewish, because that's what he was, a deeply Jewish man who had grown with Jesus and wanted to follow him, was blessed with that grace and answered the call. And he brings all that wisdom to bear of the great tradition of his people. So in a way, it's a style of wisdom literature applied. It's our faith applied to reality. Probably the biggest teaching we could emphasize today from this is to be persevering in trials. You know, sometimes we have beautiful sunrises, and other times it's very grey. To be persevering at work when it no longer excites us. To be persevering in service to a sick person when we're very tired of doing that year after year, not just day after day or week after week, year after year. Imagine a family with somebody who has deteriorating Alzheimer's, or Lou Gehrig's disease, or a long-term, long-enduring cancer, or a deep depression. Persevering in trials makes for great maturity. It's not always rosy and sunny. Each day has its own burden. And so to learn that great gift of perseverance in trials. And perseverance has a lot to do with patience, and patience is the first word to describe love. So perseverance is one of the great fruits of love. It's so easy for us to give up because we just want the satisfaction of the moment. And even these trees, they have lasted through storms, and they keep growing. Maybe a branch can get broken off. Maybe the leaves wither and fall off. Maybe other living beings do damage to it, and the tree continues to grow. Perseverance, to bear fruit season after season, year after year, decade after decade. Perseverance in building our house, in the perseverance in the task at hand. Get that piece of metal there, get that piece of wood, move those stones over there, mix that cement. And the perseverance of the builders is possible because they have the vision of what's going to be. Right now it's a bit of a mess, this place. But they know it's going to become a beautiful place, like every single house that has ever been built. And every single saint that has ever reached glory in heaven. It never happened with one stroke of lightning. There might be such a moment in the life of a saint. But the daily life is the persevering life. Planted like a tree beside water, beside a river, beside a lake. And that tree will flourish no matter what happens, season after season. And we can see today the trial Jesus had also in perseverance, because he lets out a sigh of exhaustion, a sigh of tiredness, a sigh of disappointment that people are still stubbornly looking for a sign. Because they're still stuck in their materialistic ways, in their selfish ways, in their proud ways, in their sensual ways, in their addictions, in their brokenness, in their conflict readiness. And he lets out a sigh. So Jesus was tested in perseverance. And that's good for us to realize, because we know that the sun will come out. We know the house will be finished. We know the saint will be transformed. That sinner will be a saint. To hang in there in that persevering, wonderful spirit. Lord, teach me kindness. to follow your way, no matter what the challenges are and the thorns in life. The fruit is coming. The fruit of that holiness, that grace is working in hearts, in a child that's still in a difficult situation. Rough thorns, piercing thorns, hard thorns. The thorn in the flesh that Paul had. But the fruit is coming along. The green ones are changing in their color and they're getting ripe. And they're growing. So maybe today we're letting out a sigh like Jesus because of the weight of the burden ahead of us, because of the difficulty people are having in responding. People, God bless you today. Thank you for joining us from the Sea of Galilee here at Tiberias, a different location. And there is blue in the sky, you know. There definitely is. The grey won't be always. Thank you so much for joining us today. God bless you. See you later, alligators.